Hello all and welcome to Workday 2022 R1. I hope everyone is having a good time and penetrating the good information flow what we are giving here. I have had my cup of coffee and I hope you guys also had that. So before I start, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Malay and I am lead technical consultant working in Theatre Every. I have certifications in Workday HCM Core, Integrations, Studio and Launch. So before I start, allow me to introduce the Digital HR Insider Group. And it is a community where you will find relevant event posts. So you can join in here and be ready to get all the information that we have. We have a question and answer. We welcome your questions via chat and all the unanswer. I will try to give all the answers to your questions. And suppose if I am not able to do that in fact of time or in any other case, I will make sure that it is shared via email after the event. There is a session recording and which will be available on demand within a few days after the event. I hope you have the handouts so that you can make the comments. And if you don't have, don't worry, I'm here. I will guide you through the integration module. So before I start, safe harbor statement exists. What is safe harbor statements? Workday sends out safe harbor statements as it that they are not responsible for any forthcoming updates until unless it is there in the tenant. All we are seeing here is just in progress, and we would hope that these are there in the tenant. So what we will be discussing today? So I would be discussing few new key features. So starting with file delivery to HTTPS REST endpoints with Auth 2.0. Then we have NSC enrollment reporting integrations. And then we have Workday query languages. Don't worry, we have more in other features and also in roadmap. It is just that we have a very limited supply of integration updates this time. But these are worth your time. So I would start with file delivery to HTTPS REST endpoints. I have a community link in here. If you want, you can just go through this link and you can see what Workday has been doing and trying to update it. It would be more clear to you. I will give you a feature overview. What Workday is doing with this release is that it is enabling us to use OAuth 2.0 when we are delivering outbound files to via HTTPS REST endpoints. It is a standard authorization framework that uses tokens to authorize access to system and function. And what is the benefit that we get? It is better in data security. And we all know how important our data is. I will be telling about the configuration that how we would achieve, and then I will be showing you the screenshots and then a quick demo in the tenant so that we are clear that how it is going. So for this, we have to basically get the values. That is like we have to get OAuth service provider. We have to reach out OS service provider to obtain these particular values. What are these particular values? These are access token, refresh token URL, client ID, and client secret. And to configure it, we have to access the create EIB task or edit EIB task. We have to go in the delivery section. In the delivery method, we have to select HTTP or SSL. And when we select the HTTP address field, there we would select the authentication as OAuth 2.0. And we would be entering these values. So this is in further details because we have a lot of things. So just in detail, how we would be doing it, it is kind of almost similar thing. And how do we create or edit the HTTPS transport protocol task? It is the task create HTTPS transport protocol task, or you can go via edit HTTPS transport protocol task. And then you can go and enter these values. Sorry. So if this access token expires, Workday uses the client ID, client secret, and refresh token value to reach your refresh token URL and generate a new access token. And Workday uses these new access token to deliver the files. If you want further information, then I would say that you should reach out to your security administrator, or you can reach out to me. You can send a query to us and I will dig deeper and I can update you that how exactly it is going to be. I have few screenshots attached to it. So why not let's jump into tenant. I would show you directly that what we have. So I have already opened the GMS tenant and created a folder in here. So it would be easy for us to go through it. Let me see. I have bookmarked it. So this is a what I say that let's create a new better to see how exactly it works. The task is create EIB. You go in here. I will say test PNU and I would give my name so that no one is confused. We'll select outbound. So general settings are here. Get data is here. We have to select. So this is already there. Now we come to transform. And here it is. Delivery method. If we go and select HTTP SSL, then we have basic authentication and here we have OAuth 2.0. And if we select OAuth 2.0, then we have to give an HTTP address. HTTP address is basically where we want to send the file. And then we have to give the access token, refresh token URL, client ID, and client secret. So I have not been able to configure it because I don't have authorization for OAuth for GMS tenant. But I thought I can show you guys, and then you can reach out to security administrator or authenticator, and they can give more details. As I said, I would also show you the task. Not that. 1 second. It was the task which we had. Sorry, I just forgot the task. Too much to remember. Yes, it is create HTTPs. So here we see it. And then you can go in here, give the HTTP address for which you want to give. And then you will select the OAuth 2.0. You will give the header. Then you can also include a header name or header value if you want. So I had created one. Let me show you that one. So we will go by edit HTTPS transfer protocol. We go in here. We would see. So here is one test one. We would open it. And here it is. So I have not filled it exactly, but I just wanted to show the demo that how it is working. So now as you have seen it, we can take it forward later. Okay, then we would go back. So here are few screenshots for your reference. Supposedly, if you are not aware after this presentation, you're like, I don't remember it and I don't want to rewatch the whole video, then you can just go into the screenshots and you can see that I have categorized it. So this one is in the outbound EIB. Here we have selected. This is the create TPS transport protocol. So what is the additional consideration what we have to keep in our mind? That you need to secure your HTTP REST URL using OAuth 2.0 and Workday delivers the outbound file using the token values configured for your URL. And it only supports bearer type tokens. The technical changes which we have are the existing tasks, that is create EIB, edit EIB, and we have create HTTPS transfer protocol and the editor. We also have this in web services, and that is the get integration system and put integration system. We have web services coming later in the other features, so there I can give you a brief that what all web services are there. So a quick summary for this. So what is changing? So with this release, Workday enables you to use OAuth 2.0 when delivering outbound files to HTTPS REST endpoints. It is a standard authorization framework, and it uses token to authorize access to system and functions. And it is a great tool for data security. I have done my research and it really sounds impressive to me. I think we should look forward to. And what do I need to do? We have to configure the HTTPS SSL endpoints as we saw in the web service invoke. Basically, we have to do uh, an HTTP endpoint using a web service invocation. It is a type of open authorization, and it is an outbound EIBs, document delivery integrations, service business process steps, and there is create HTTPS and the edit HTTPS. The HTTPS now sounds like new thing to me. Okay, what happens if you do nothing? Nothing would happen. This is automatically available, and your EIB and integration service will continue to work as you configure them. If you don't choose this option, then there is no worry. You can use your EIB in the existing manner. There is not going to be any change. Okay. The next one, what we have is the NSC enrollment reporting integration. Um, Jacob, just a quick note. Do we have any questions? Meanwhile, I will also have my water break.
Yeah, thanks for checking in, Malay. Now, currently there's no questions in the Q&A, so you may proceed.
Okay. I was actually taking a break while
Ah.
speaking. Yeah. So we would start with NSC enrollment reporting integration. I have pasted the community link in here. You could go and watch in detail. They have also attached a quick video that would help if you want. So what is the feature overview? With this, Workday continue to enhance the NSC enrollment reporting outbound integration template. And it is delivering more options and ensuring that the accuracy is high. And most of all, it is saving our manual effort. How it is saving our manual effort, I would show you in the later slides. So it is automatically available. And what we have to do is we have to configure the integration attributes on existing and NSC enrollment outbound integration system. So on our new or existing integration system, you have to select integration system, you have to configure the attributes from the related action menu of the integration system, and then you have to enter the desired value for these attributes. What are those attributes which have actually came in the integration? Those are include financial aid loads for load status calculation, exclude program of study, report students with no reportable programs of study. Then we have report leave of absences as withdrawn. And the last one is duration to include leave of absence students. I would show you the demo, and here is the screenshot. Let's jump into the tenant and see that how it actually works. I have created this already. But as I said, why not create a new one? So we will do the create integration system. So I will name it as NSC test PNU, and then so we don't follow this naming convention. So please don't worry. It is just we are testing it. So we have this. Okay, so we will select this NSC enrollment reporting outbound. And what is the new thing in here that we have this one as enabled? in the earlier version, what used to happen that we had to select it, like it was like this if we want to select it. And what was the issue with that? Suppose if you are selecting it, then while running the integration, you have to give more and more values. How? I will show you. So now you see in attributes, we have these many features, right? So if you go and see in your sandbox tenant or any tenant, and if you create this integration, what you would see is earlier there was nothing. This was not there. The NSC enrollment reporting outbound options, there was only this one. I could show you, but then our GMS tenant has actually refreshed, and to show you, I have to copy something from my customer tenants, and that we are not allowed to do that. So I cannot show you, but I can explain it that this is the thing what happens and how it helps. Suppose if you're launching the integration, let's launch it. So now comparatively, we have lot less values in here. If we were using the earlier version, what would happen? Those five field also we have to configure it here. So suppose if you are launching the integration, each and every time you have to go and configure that. Rather, what Workday has done, they have enabled it in to the attribute, and you could directly go into the attribute and select it for once and forever. I could launch this integration, but we don't have this enabled in our GMS tenant. So I don't have any values. Otherwise, I could have shown you that what exact feature in the Excel it would show. There was a feature for the leave of absence, and it would show like, for an example, if a student is on leave, it would show from how many days he or she is on leave. So let's go back onto the tenant. Let's see what we have in the screenshot. So as I said, I have also attached the screenshot for you. So this is the one. So you don't have to jump into the recording. And these are the fields which are automatically available now. Then yes, as I was saying, for leave of absence include, so you have to go in the see. I think this was the one. Here we go into the attributes. And what was this duration to include? So here it is. You go in here and you enter that how many days you want to see. So that was the functionality I was mentioning. And then I have attached the screenshot. So this I got from the community. So this is how the field structure looks like. And then we come on to the additional consideration. So with this change, Workday recommends creating new integration system instead of using existing integration system. And even I would say so to you, because there is no need to enter each and every time the new values. We have it available, so we can use that. What is the technical changes? It is the integration template, what we have for NSC. So what is changing? Workday continues to enhance the NSC integration, delivering more options, ensuring accuracy, and saving our manual effort when reporting student enrollment data to the NSC, that is National Student Clearinghouse. What do I need to do? We have to configure the integration attributes as I have shown in the tenant on the existing NSC enrollment outbound integration system. What happens if I do nothing? So 4 of the previously available launch parameters are now into the attribute system and configuration option integration service. So if you launch an existing integration, any launch parameter you previously configured will not apply now. So you would have to go back and update that. And this is automatically enabled. So whenever you create a new integration system, it is already there. So before I jump onto the next topic, I would again ask Jacob, do we have any question?
Another break for you. Yes. No, there's. Oh, there's actually one question that just came in.
Mhm.
Is NSC primarily for USA-based companies?
Um, I don't think so, but I can do dig on it that if it is the case that it is only for the USA, I can look into it and then maybe I can update to the customer. I can drop an email.
Sure. We'll take a note of that one and get back to you on the reply.
Yes.
Thanks.
So jumping on to our next topic is the Workday query language. It is WQL, and I have the community link for you in here. So we would jump on it. What is it? So Workday continues to enhance Workday query language, providing more flexibility over how you programmatically export Workday data, explore available data source and data source filters and fields, and query Workday for data. So this is automatically available, and Workday recommends that you update your training material to communicate these changes to everyone. What is the technical change? What we are having here is an existing task that is convert report to WQL, and there is a web service which is existing, that is API WQL v version 1 REST API. So for this, I would show into the 10 and then maybe we can jump in here. So I have a report which I have already created. And I have added the baseline amount into this. So what I will do is I will convert this report to WQL. So task is we would open a duplicate tab. We go in here. We would select our report. Let's check what was the report name. I think yes. Now I would select the prompt which was already enabled in the report. So let me search for any project hierarchies. I would select these three. Then reporting currency, would select CUSD. Then would click on OK. And here we have our WQL. So in starting, we have the parameter, but the rest of them is our report converted into a Workday query language. And it is an interesting feature because we can use this particular query and we can get our data. It is another form other than the reporting system. So I would show you. I've also attached the screenshots for your easy accessibility. So here is the first one where we create the custom report. This is the task which we have. I have selected the prompt one, and this is the same parameters which we get. And suppose if we have a very big report, like I think the character list was 2000 something. If we have that, then it won't convert, it would have an issue. So to cover that, what you can do is you can copy the query, you can go into the Postman, you can paste in Postman the query, and it will generate the exact query what you want, and then you can use it. We don't have Postman, so I cannot show you like how exactly it goes. That is the reason I have taken a screenshot. I did it on some other system and I got this screenshot. So here it is. I have selected everything that how it needs to be done. And what additional consideration we need to keep in our mind while we are doing that is to make WQL API calls your user needs access to Workday query language security domain. You need, he or she needs to have that particular security domain, and you must create an API client or repurpose an existing one. And as I said, to submit queries greater than, oh, the number was 2048 characters, we have to use a post HTTP method and place the query in the request body. To include fields and data sources in the query with required parameters, use the parameters clause in your query. So what is changing? So Workday continues to enhance the Workday query language, that is WQL, providing us more flexibility over how you programmatically export Workday data, explore available data sources, and other source filters, and query Workday for data. What do I need to do? It is automatically available, and we recommend that you update your training material so that it is communicated to your users. What happens if you do nothing? Workday has enabled this feature in the query language syntax. If you choose to do nothing, your existing queries will operate in the same manner. It won't change. So we are coming on to the other features. As you can see, we have a lot more other features than the main features. I would say that why are these other features? Prior to that, Jacob, do we have any question?
No, Malay, you may proceed.
Okay, thank you. I was just taking a quick break. So what other features we have? The first one is Cloud Connect for benefits. Then we have Cloud Connect for third-party payroll. Then we have Enterprise Interface Builder. Then we have external payroll inputs for terminated workers. Then there is Supplier Contracts REST API. There is something in web service. Then years to include terminated workers in global payroll reconciliation. And in the last, we have a payment integrations. So you might be thinking that why we didn't have this one in the main one. The reason is that there is no major changes in these. These are very, very minute changes, and I thought that we can take in other features. Even Workday has not released few of the features in this update. Like for example, Cloud Connect for benefits. I will show you. So it is automatically available. And with this, Workday now enables to override these two fields for worker and their dependents to send more accurate dates. So what are those two dates? That is Medicare begin date and Medicare end. But this is not yet in GMS. I dig deeper, and as I could see that this change would come in service updates, and I think they have said it would come on 6th of May service update. So we'll keep an eye on service update that how and what it is. I tried to look into the tenant, but I didn't got anything for this. So once I have this, I can send you an update. So these two fields, Workday is now enabling in our benefit integration. Coming on to the Cloud Connect for third-party payroll. In this, they are retiring few of the fields or data sources. So one of them is indexed external payroll results report data sources. And they are recommending that we use the external payroll result line RDS instead. So I gave my head in GMS tenant trying to search, but I didn't got it. Then I looked into one of my customers tenant. So hence that is the reason I cannot show you the screenshots. But for to just to confirm my query that it is exactly going to be, I could see when I typed in external payroll earnings, I could see that there it has been written that do not use, it is going to expire. And same goes with the reporting tags for like for example, if you type the task maintain external payroll earnings, there you can find in one of the tab that there is one of the reporting tags and it is marked to not use. And I was not very sure that it would come all together in integration, but yes, integration is directly related to that. So I thought that we would cover as this as well. And So the tasks which are going, that is, you can find is maintain external payroll earnings, deduction, then is create, edit, view external payroll earnings, and same for deduction. On the delete by batch ID task, they are also retiring the delete external payroll result option. So they are recommending that we use delete external payroll result option instead. Okay, moving forward. So they are updating the global payroll reconciliation integration with new exceptions, which would increase the accuracy for reconciliation results. And they have also enabled the transactional log in the sorry, what I'm sorry. So what they're trying to do is that global payroll reconciliation integration runs when the payroll effective change interface has the transactional log service enabled. Then moving on to the next point, global payroll reconciliation integration runs when the pay group launch parameter contains any pay groups that don't have an organization code when the integration begins processing. So this comes in a bit of functional form. So I didn't went into more depth, and these were very minute changes, but still I went through it. If you have any query that how it is going to work, you can chat in the ping or drop an email. I will dig deeper. I would find the exact functional area and how our integration would be affected, and then I can send it to you. Then coming on to the last point, Workday is retiring the PI external results inbound integration template, and they recommend that we use external payroll result inbound integration template instead. If you want more clarity that like if you're not able to visualize that what is happening, simply go into your sandbox tenant, type out these tasks. That is why I have written all these tasks. And then you can check in your preview tenant that these are not there. So hence I have mentioned it here. Then moving on to the enterprise interface builder, and this change is also automatically available. With this update, Workday is deprecate support for configuring and running predefined templates, and it is coming on inbound EIBs. So on the create EIB task, they have removed the fields and option for inbound EIBs, that is predefined template file type option and predefined template prompt. I have a screenshot here. I'm pretty sure you won't be able to see it. So this is the new one, and this is what we have. I can show you into the tenant also. So let's jump in. Okay, I went somewhere here. Okay. What we will do is create EIB. Then we will write EIB test ANU, and maybe my name as well. Then we will select the inbound EIB. So we go here, we go in the data, transform. Okay, 1 second. Yes, here we have. So if we see in here, so we don't see any option here as I have seen shown here, but I had a earlier screenshot, and that is why I'm able to show you this. I was taking screenshot for some other documentation. And here you can see that we had predefined template in the earlier version, but not, we don't have it. So I would zoom out. Okay. Then we would move on to the next feature, that is external payroll inputs for terminated workers. So you can now process external payroll inputs for terminated workers or worker position that ended. Workday has updated the maintain external payroll input task to retain the position value for position-based external payroll inputs after a worker's position ends. So it makes us easy to identify the position which was associated with the external payroll input. And when you enter the external payroll input, Workday clarifies that the date must be same or later than the worker effective date for the position. 1 second. So Jacob, sorry. So is there any question?
No, there's no questions for the moment. Please
I
continue.
just want our customers to be engaged. So I'm asking them that if you have any thoughts, then feel free to ask any question.
Absolutely.
So so coming on to supplier contract REST API. So Workday delivers these new report fields on the supplier contract abstract business object that you can now use in condition rule and custom reports. So here are few that are purchase order default bill to address, that is a REST API, then purchase order default ship to address, and service lines for supplier contract. Moving on, the next feature we have. So as you can see that all these other features, they don't have anything major, and hence I have chosen this to cover in other features because I know we should be aware of this, that something is happening, but even Workday doesn't have that much clarity that what and how it is happening. Maybe in the upcoming service updates, we would be more clear that how or what it is, and then we can update you as well. So I would urge that please be connected to us. Coming on to web services. So Workday has updated the public web services API directory on Workday community to indicate whether selected web services support contextual security. And they have designated contextual security with the following statuses. As you can read that that is yes, no, no information indicate that Workday has not yet provided the current status, and please reach out to Workday support for this information. And there is also not applicable, indicates that contextual security is not relevant to the web service. So for more information, I have attached the exact link for those web services. You can go in here. So this is the directory, and this is the operation directory, and then this is the Workday web services directory. You can click in here and you can go and check that what it is. To make it more simple and fun, I have taken one of the screenshots. So if you go on to these links, you would find something like that, and then you will have to scroll down to your particular web services, and then you can drill down to the details. Suppose you are not very sure that what exactly it is and which web services that you need to take on, you can send an email to me and I can go through it and I will drill down to that exact web service and I will send it to you, making your configuration simpler. Then coming on to the next one, yours to include terminated workers in global payroll reconciliation. And for this setup is required. And sorry, 1 second. And for integration based on the global payroll reconciliation template, you can configure a new number of years to include terminated employers attribute. This enables you to specify the time span for including terminated workers in the reconciliation comparison. And Workday compares data for workers terminated within the specified numbers of years with data in your third-party payroll system, making it easier for you to identify discrepancy for terminated workers. So I have taken a screenshot for that. So if you go in here and if you can add the number of years in here. So I have added 90. I was just testing, they would not allow 90. So I just kept it for your reference. Then moving on to the last one. that is the payment integrations, and it is automatically available. And with this release, Workday continues to improve performance to help our integration system run faster. They also offer more configuration options, providing a better user experience. They automatically convert our payment integration to use the WPN ACH CCD payment integration template instead of the WPN ACH CCD payment, which is now do not use template. So again, as I said, if you compare it between preview and sandbox, you would have better clarity for this. Now we would be jumping onto the roadmap. So what vision that now Workday has for the future? So they have a payroll vision. And as you can see, I have attached a screenshot where it is global efficiency and experience. What is the motto? That Workday wants to combine all of them together. How they will do it? Global, like I would explain all the architecture what they have. So global means they want to make the payroll integration globally and widely used everywhere so that they have more connection to all other systems and it is easy to use. How they would increase the efficiency, and that is something which I'm very interested. They are going to use machine learning tools, new algorithms to increase the exact efficiency so that everything is connected. Coming on to the experience, experience is basically where we come into the picture. So experience are we people that how that complete ecosystem of payroll would look to us. So they want to combine all of them together, and that is the features what they are trying to send into the next updates. I would go one by one. So as I have discussed, the global payroll reconciliation, they have configured years for terminated workers. And you can read, like we have the description in here that customer can now configure how many years to include for terminated workers in global payroll reconciliation. What is the benefit or value for that? That customer can include the workers terminated within specified years of begin date of the reconciliation plan so that we have a better and exact data to compare with. The next one is support additional field for text documents. So I think this would be taken in detail by, I guess, Olga or Tina, I'm not very sure, but they will explain you that how exactly it is working. And in here, additional fields needed for some countries are supported for text documents. And the benefit for that is that the customers can upload multiple text documents with the same tax form, year and issue date. And customer can configure to show or not to show the text documents to the employee. We will move on to the external payroll inputs for terminated workers PG. And in here, external payroll inputs for terminated workers will be supported for PG. And customer can send external payroll inputs for terminated workers to third-party payroll via PG. And I think this is a very, very good change which is coming in the future releases. And we should watch service updates more closely that how exactly it is going to happen. We have something in Vici as well. So in Vici, enabling integration based on the Vici template to display multiple effective changes for the same effective date. Customer can avoid suppressed transaction that may be collapsed on a single effective date. And with that, data warehouse users will be able to trace the transaction events more accurately, thus increasing the efficiency of the whole system. Then we have integration command center for PG, and using the integration command centers, the customer can automate the process of extracting and sending workers data into real time, like just like in real time into the external system. And what is the benefit? As I said, it would be a very real time event. and customer can prioritize processing of workers based on the configured transactional priorities. So here are the features in the nutshell. So in the left, we have 2022 R1, which the changes are already there or they are coming. And in the future, like the present, we have already discussed many of the points. Going on to the future, what would be their main key points, what they would be doing? They would be working on total rewards, ESS, Hub, CCT, PPP, and integration command center. It would be general availability. Then there would be further changes in Vici and in external payroll documents. So with this, we come to an end. And before moving further, Jacob, do you have any question?
There's not no questions that came in during your presentation here, Malay. I think it was really a great walkthrough of some of the topics that coming in the future. So yes, really enjoyed it a lot. But yes,
Okay.
please.
Okay. So before going, if you have any questions or any doubts, or if you are thinking that how to correlate or how to dig deeper in that, feel free to ask any questions. You can drop an email to my email ID, and I would make sure that you get a perfect answer for everything or documentation. And if you like this webinar and you like to see such type of events and you want to see that different type of blogs, so I would request you all to kindly join us at ketoevery.com digital HR. You can go and check that what we have. And we also highly value your feedback. So please fill in the short survey after my presentation, or you can select via QR code, and there is also link in the chat. And just ending before ending the presentation, I want to make sure that the for the customers for whom I'm already working, they don't need to worry about anything. I'm already doing everything for this update, and I will keep them updated. And who all are not our customers, please feel free to ask any question and I will send you a detailed handout. Thank you and have a very good day.